it's Kim from Wildcard Wanderer, and welcome back to my channel. I haven't posted any video for the past 2 to 3 weeks because I dealt with a lot of stress and problems, life struggles, but I survived somehow. So here I am making another art video for you guys. Oh, anyways, lately in my Instagram posts, I've been sharing a few of my spreads based on color palettes that I study. These studies and spreads are more of a personal process for me to improve my painting and illustrating skills. However, I realized that it would be more fun if I share it with you. So every month, I'll be sharing the color palette that I create and what inspires me at the moment, together with the relaxing sketch with me video. And today, I'm gonna share my August color palette. So, without further ado, let's get started! Here are the colors that I'll be using to create my color palette. For full details of my mixes and color inspiration, please head over to my blog at wildcardwanderer.blogspot.com, which I will be linking down below. And I also included there the full image of these pencil drawings, which you can freely recreate and color for your own pleasure. Right now, I'm swatching my color mixes to make sure that they're already the exact shades that I wanted for my illustrations. Then I started to lay down the first washes for my paintings using, of course, primary colors. It does not only create depth but also sets the warmth or the coolness of the painting. I next applied a very well-known watercolor painting technique which is called glazing. Glazing simply means layering paints on one another while allowing the previous layer to dry first before applying another one. It's also called wet and dry technique. But don't ever forget to reserve areas for highlights. The key is to study your subjects more carefully. This shop front drawing, by the way, is not inspired by a real existing shop. It's just my imaginary cafe because I've been craving for coffee a lot lately due to the rainy season. But unfortunately, we can't just go cafe hopping because there's quarantine, there's coronavirus, so we better stay home, make our own cup of coffee, and enjoy the nice cozy moments inside our houses. Going back to our art session, I'm now starting to apply the color mixes that I made to basically match everything with the color scheme that I planned. I'm slowly intensifying the colors until I achieve the look that I want, and I'm adding some necessary details. Also, I want you all to know that I'm painting this with no pressure, so I really don't mind mistakes at all. After all, a sketchbook is a place for you to experiment on, so try not to make everything perfect. Just relax, just enjoy the moment. Just paint for your own pleasure, paint just for the fun of it. Most of my Instagram friends know that I've been obsessed with the color green, so don't be surprised if I'm emulating some green shades in this piece, some green colors in my color palette, because green is such a great color. I mean, there's something in green that is both relaxing and calming to the eyes, and I just love it. It reminds me of nature, it reminds me of cozy feelings, and it reminds me of avocados, I think. Just a quick tip, lovelies. I'm currently using a color palette which is composed of my color mixes, but I am also creating darker shades of those colors so that I could have something to apply on the shadows and the outlines of the illustrations. So if you're gonna make or create something like this, don't limit yourself with the mixes. Create darker shades of those colors so that you could build up the depth of your illustrations or your paintings. It's now time for my most favorite part, and that is painting the bricks. I've been obsessing with painting bricks quite a lot lately because there's something very nostalgic, there's something vintagey in them. It feels like it's 1940s again, it's 1930s again, or even earlier than that. And also, it's very addicting to paint bricks because you will do nothing but to use a flat brush and start building the bricks. And it's also fun to experiment with different tones of browns and sienna and umber. And another tip, if you're gonna paint bricks like these illustration, I suggest that you purchase a brush set of flat brushes in different sizes because you're gonna need them. You're really gonna need them. At first, I was a little skeptic when I purchased the flat brush set because flat brushes are not usually used in watercolor painting. But then I realized I've made the right decision because I needed them in painting these bricks. I'd like to remind you as well that you don't necessarily have to purchase a high quality brush. There are a lot of brushes out there with synthetic material, but it's also soft. There are smooth bristles that would work quite good on your watercolor paintings. So you don't have to spend that much in starting to paint. You just have to gather the basic materials, gather anything that you can afford, and just upgrade by the time that you're earning from your art, or you could save up from your income so that you could afford more high quality brushes, natural hair brushes. But for now, let's just enjoy these smooth, soft synthetic brushes. Actually, the brush that I'm using is not very expensive. It's just a basic watercolor brush, and it's good, it's fine, it's working great. And by the way, shout out to my friend Kim on Instagram at Vintage Street Life. I'll be linking her Instagram handle down below in the description because of her stunning, amazing photographs of shop fronts, houses, which are full of bricks. Because of her photographs, I was inspired to create more illustrations with bricks. It's really addicting. And I bet some of my Instagram friends are loving those brick details on my illustrations, and they're usually looking forward to the process videos of brick painting in my stories and also in my Instagram videos. Now I'm starting to add these teeny tiny details, which are cute little plants. Plants are such nice things to add in your illustration or your painting, especially nowadays, because keeping a plant is such a trend. Everybody's being a plant mom or a plant dad. It's just nice. It's now time for the most important detail of this illustration, and that is the name of the shop. I can't come up with a nice name for my imaginary cafe, so I'm simply writing down the word coffee on this area using a white gouache. And please excuse my poor calligraphy skills. I'm just trying my best, and as I've said earlier, we are not aiming for perfection here. We are just here to play and to experiment. And the goal here, why we are using a certain color palette, is that to convey a certain theme or a certain mood. Using the same color scheme, I applied it to the pencil doodles that I created, like this bike and the lamppost and the plants and windows and everything. They are all the elements or objects that I've put together to create a certain vibe or theme or concept in this sketchbook spread. And all I wanted to achieve is to remind you of London shop fronts, more of a European taste, but I hope I was successful with that. I'm again adding bricks in this sketch because why not? I love them. I'm just adding again another batch of swatches of my color palette and my color mixes, because sometimes it's the most satisfying thing to do, to swatch the colors. For the final touches, I'll be using this Faber-Castell watercolor pencil in black. I'll be using it to sharpen some lines and to emphasize some areas and parts of the illustration and the sketch. The nice thing about watercolor pencils instead of the regular colored pencils, because I can dissolve them with water and make them look like watercolors rather than sharp colored pencils, which sometimes I think can be disturbing with the watercolor effect on my illustrations and paintings. And I'm done with this sketchbook spread. Please don't forget to visit my blog so you would know more about this project of mine. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, comment down below, and subscribe to my channel so you won't miss more of my monthly color palettes in the future. I hope you're having a lovely day, and stay home, stay safe, be healthy always, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye!